Today is the 13th Sunday of Ordinary Time. And today the scriptures invite us to reflect a little bit about the virtue of hospitality. Now, we all know what hospitality is. If someone is invited to come to our home to be our guest, we do a little cleaning. We go out and shop and we figure out, well, what are we going to offer our guest? What kind of drinks, what kind of food, what kind of snacks? We also have been the object of hospitality. We've been guests of other people, and we know what it's like. Hospitality is a very important part of our lives, so much so that even there are businesses now which have sprung up in order to do all the work for us, to prepare that place, to set up the tables, to prepare the atmosphere if it's a birthday party or whatever kind of party or celebration it is, even bring food which is prepared. Today, though, we are invited to reflect upon hospitality in a deeper level, in a much more radical hospitality. It's relatively easy to be hospitable to a person, to a guest who comes and goes. But what does radical hospitality of the gospel call us to? What does hospitality in God's image invite us to? There's a story I like to tell about two Russian friends, two buddies who, after work, each day they go to their favorite pub and they sit down and have a couple of vodkas. They, knock away a couple of shots. And after a while, one day, Ivan says to his friend Peter, he says, "Peter, do you love me?" And Peter's, about taken aback by the question. "Yeah," he said, "I'm your friend, aren't I?" So they have another vodka or two, and once again, Ivan says to Peter, "But Peter, do you love me?" Peter says, "Ivan, why do you keep asking me that question? You know I love you. I'm your friend." And then Ivan says to Peter, "Peter, how can you say I love you if you don't know what hurts me?" Quite a question. How can you say you love me if you don't know what hurts me? If you don't know what's in my heart? When I lived in Guatemala and would visit our missions up in the hill country, the coffee plantations, and in the region of the indigenous Quechua Mayan people, they would greet you with this greeting: "Masa salachol, Masa salachol," which means, "How is your heart today? How is your heart today?" What a beautiful greeting. And it's much more than just say, "Give me a high five," or, "Hey, how you doing? What's up?" Masa salachol. How is your heart today? It's an invitation to enter into relationship, to share. I think that reflects what is very important to understand about the hospitality which we are called to live as Christian people. We are called to be hospitable people, not just prepare our home to be hospitable for the guest, but to prepare the home of our hearts, to prepare ourselves, our disposition, that the other feels welcome to come in, welcome to enter into relationship with me. They can hear by our attitude, by our look, by our way of being with them, "Masa salachol, how is your heart today? Come on in." This is the radical hospitality which we are invited to as Christians. St. Paul in the second reading today talks about baptism. He talks about how we are baptized in Christ, and if we die with Christ, we will rise to new life with Christ. The Paschal mystery, dying to rise again. In order for us to live this kind of radical hospitality, we have to do a bit of dying. We have to do a bit of dying to ourselves, to our self-centeredness, to our comfort, to that we have to take off the door of our heart, that sign that says, do not disturb. Can't you see I'm tired? Can't you see I'm busy? To take off that sign of do not disturb, to put on a true sign of saying, welcome, welcome. And we have to do this in very practical ways, starting with the very people we live with. When we get up in the morning, or if you're married and you're sitting at a table and you're having a cup of coffee, and your wife comes in, you know, still half asleep with her hair undone, her makeup not put on yet, do we welcome her? Masa salacho. How is your heart today, honey? Or when our daughter or son comes home from school and he's had a bad day or a rough day or an exciting day and he just wants to share with you. But then he says, okay, Dad's busy. Dad doesn't want to be disturbed. And so he keeps it to himself. Our call to die to ourselves means you put that paper down, you stop, you put pause on that Netflix, or silence the news program, and say, how you doing, son? How was your day, daughter? And you invite them, Masa salacho, come on in. Share with me, I'm here for you. This is living the Paschal mystery. This is dying to self to rise to a new life. And this is the hospitality which God invites us to live. It's the hospitality of Christ on the cross. Christ, whose side was open with a pierce of the lance, of the soldier's lance. Water and blood flowed out to create a safe space. And then he says, here, come to me, you who are burdened, you who want to kick off your sandals and sit in my heart, rest in my heart. There's a place of love. There's a place of mercy. You can be who you are. You can share your dreams and your sorrows, your disappointments, your successes. You can just kill time with me because here I am for you. That's the open heart, the sacred heart of Jesus, which invites us, and we are to be that open heart for others as well. Today, as we meditate and pray about hospitality, let's invite all of ourselves to pray for that gift. Pray for that gift to die to anything that's in us that keeps the other out. To make room in our hearts so that others can find a space. To take that do not disturb sign off of our hearts. To put a big welcome sign. Come on in. Masa salacho. The book of Revelations in chapter 3 says, God is at the door of our heart. God is at the door. He raps. If we open that door, he will come in, he'll sit with us, and we'll break bread together. That's hospitality. That's the gift of hospitality which we wish to pray for today. When my wife or my husband, when my daughter or my son or a grandparent or an elder knocks at the door of my heart, it is Christ. Christ to whom we open that door and invite in. Christ will sit with us and we can break open the bread of our life together. Masa salacho.